All right, here we are. We are live, and we already have a full house. Thank you, everybody, for coming. 20 thumbs ups already. 24 waiting. Is that correct?
That's what I'm
let me
seeing.
mute here. Okay. Yeah. If you guys have YouTube open, remember to mute it. I didn't after I even reminded Josh the first time. All right. All right. So here we are. We do have Don. Don just showed up. Let me bring Don in. And there's Don.
Hey,
I
guys.
don't need, you're in your
Don.
fancy, you're in your fancy studio there. So I don't even need to really do any checks with you. Okay, just want to have my papers ready. If anybody doesn't know, Don, his wife, Natalie.
Yep.
She has a studio. She does like voiceovers and she does audiobooks, correct?
That's right.
And you've got a nice little sound going there. I envy you. You don't have any echo or anything.
Yeah, I'm on.
Nice
Hello.
and deep. Nice and deep.
Don, that must be nice, man.
We'll have to have you sing the Brady Bunch since we have all the windows up here.
Bum.
All right. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to kind of talk about this whole thing, how it played out. We're going to start out with what started it, how it played out, how it came to fruition, and the process that took from that point on, and how hard it was. At least I think it was extremely hard. Thank God we didn't get flooded with a couple hundred entries, or we wouldn't be sitting here tonight. We'd still be deciding. I think everybody's probably in agreement on that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So I'm just going to run down. Josh, I've already asked to keep an eye on the comments. Everybody just have a good time in the chats. Don't be disrespectful. We do allow big boy talk here. We're not going to mute you for that, but just don't go personally attacking people and being disrespectful, which I don't think we'll have to worry about that. Me and Chad B, who's in there, we had a nice long 2-hour live last night, and everybody was awesome in the chat. So it's usually not something to worry about. So I'm just going to first just hand off to each person, let you guys just, I'm going to put you on the spot here. You just spit out your name. If you have a channel, you want to discuss your channel, do that. Whatever you want, just to make a brief little intro for yourself. So Josh at Parks and Tech, off to you.
Awesome. Hi guys. So if you don't know me, I'm Josh. I'm Parks and Tech on YouTube. Also parksandtech.com if you want to go check out that. I have the vast majority of my videos on my YouTube channel. So make sure you go on ahead and check that out if you haven't already. Although I do see a lot of familiar names in the chat, so a lot of people have probably already subscribed. But yeah, I mean, I'm Josh, and I'd like to welcome everybody, and I hope we have a wonderful chat and a wonderful live show here tonight.
And now we're going to go to Clutch Cargo. Can I say your other name there?
Go right ahead.
This is Clutch Cargo, how we know him on Facebook, but his name is Chuck. So off to you, Chuck.
That's just what I was going to say. That's all I got. I've got no YouTube channel.
Okay. But I'll say something for you. Chuck is in my groups, but mainly my main group is Hubson QC Help and Support. And I just want to thank you for being in there, because you know what, dude, you help a lot. You and I have the exact same sense of humor. Like you and I say things to each other that would normally offend other people if we were saying it to them. But that's the one thing I gravitated to right away with you, is we have the same kind of sense of humor. I think one time I even commented we were cut from the same cloth.
Yes, you did.
But thank you for everything you do in the group. I do notice that, and you're a big help, and you do also keep it at a good humor and kind of lighten things up a little bit when they're tense. All right, so Dawn, on to you.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I'm done. My channel, my main channel on YouTube is actually Little Mountain Life. Commenting over there in the comments. I have like a homesteading channel. We're starting up our homestead here in Northern Virginia. I actually lived in Woodbridge and taught at a school next to Nepsco Creek right there, where everybody's been flying and everything. So
What was the school?
Ripon Middle School.
That's where I went to school. I
Yep.
went to Ripon. Yep.
Yep. So I taught there for 5 years before transferring out here. And I'm about to quit teaching altogether and be a stay-at-home dad steader because my wife is making bank recording the audiobooks.
Awesome. It's great if you're doing homestead and making the bank, because that's the hardest hurdle.
Yeah, for sure.
So big kudos to the wife there for making that successful for both of you.
Absolutely.
And to you, because I know watching you and following you, I've just started kind of watching the videos. I know that was a hard decision for you to leave the music and students and everything, and then this virus hit, and that made it awful for you because it didn't give you the ending that you wanted in your career, and that sucks. Yeah. So
timing's like that.
Yep, that's what happens. Murphy's Law, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now we have Buzz. Buzz, if any of you don't know, this nice QC metal creation behind me. There's the creator right there, Buzz. Go ahead and give a little something about yourself, please. Buzz. Is he frozen?
Is he there?
I don't know if he froze out or not.
I think he's frozen.
All right, so we'll see if he pops in. I know he was having internet issues early on. We'll see if he pops back in. I was going to say he's very good at mannequin. All right, so Josh, is there anything you want to point out in the chat? You want to shout to some people? There's a good bit of people there. I'm not going to put that pressure on you.
Yeah, no, there's a ton of people here. I see that Dennis said it's good to put a face to you, Clutch. Let's see here. We got Bob from BC and the foster kids here. Greg Travers in the house as well. He didn't originally get a link to come in, but he said he'll just hang out in the chat.
I can send it to him right now.
I asked him if he still wanted to come in, unless he still.
Well, he didn't. That's because he didn't answer that poll. I don't think. Did he?
Oh, okay. I'm not sure.
Well, I'll send it to him, and if he wants to jump in, he can jump in. So continue. Go ahead and continue, and I'll do that. Gotcha.
We got Techno Drone in the house. He's late to the party. He says, "What did I miss?" He just missed some introductions. That's all. Nothing too big yet, so don't worry there. We got, let's see, who didn't I mention yet? Max Breinberg, the Kinky Gorilla. It's an interesting, name. We got John DRG, Chris Cavanis, Charlie Moe, Damon Jacobs. I do want to give a shout out to Damon Jacobs. He actually does something that I actually really like as well. And
I thought you two, yeah, you have a good connection there.
Yeah, he's into paranormal investigations and things like that, which I think is great. And he's incorporating drones into it as well. So he does have a YouTube channel, and I definitely recommend anybody that's interested in that kind of thing, go and check that out.
That's his logo. It's kind of hard to see,
nice.
But that's his logo. He's the one that did Floyd and my decals.
Oh, I didn't know he did your decals.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. Yeah, so I think that's pretty neat. Let's see here. Joshua Strobel, Caleb Gerard, and I apologize if I pronounce anybody's name wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm not the best pronunciator in the world. Drone Addiction is here as well. Let's see, Surge the Hog is in the house.
Hey, there comes Buzz.
Buzz is back.
Yeah, I lost connection.
Okay. Go ahead and continue there.
Dennis says, "Don't even try my last name, Josh," which I won't. Don't worry. That's why I just called him Dennis.
Which one?
Dennis.
Our Dennis. That's
Is it? Yeah, I could never pronounce his last name.
yeah.
Is it
And
pronounced?
I've already told him I'll mess it up a zillion times, but I'm just gonna say Kniffer.
Dennis
Kinfer.
K.
Kinfer. He told me what it was, but I messed it up. So
I think it's Nipfer. Is it Nipfer? Is the K silent?
You pronounce the K.
Oh, you do? Oh.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
remember when
Yeah.
I talked to him, I thought that you don't pronounce it, but I was wrong.
He said you got it close, Chris.
Okay. Yeah, I talked to him on the phone actually like last week. But we'll just stick with Dennis.
4D's aerial photography as well, from Jamaica, it seems.
That's an entry.
Judge has the word.
He's a regular.
Patrick, I apologize. Patrick W, I'm just going to say, because I'm not going to really try to butcher your last name there. Gig Harbor Drone Guy.
Patrick is actually right here in Pennsylvania with us. He's in Patton, PA.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to say Watsmunski. But I'm not going to say it twice.
Boyd Runge. I think I might have got almost everybody. I apologize if I missed anybody. Oh, Mark Thompson.
Yeah, it's hard.
Mark
it's
Thompson.
Really hard. So
yep.
So just
I know Mark Thompson's an entry.
Yeah.
So at this point, thank you everybody else that we missed. We apologize. It is very hard, but again, to everybody else, I want to remind you, just kind of keep an eye on the chat as we go along. Josh is going to watch it. Anything pops up that, we think, hey, we want to talk about this, or it's a good point, or what have it, we'll do it. So let's go ahead and just get started, and we'll get started with what started this whole thing. Jaybird Drone starts out a YouTube channel, and the guy is kind of harmless, but he really probably could have had a good channel started here. But the fact is, starting out telling lies that you have a Xeno Pro when you don't have a Xeno Pro, and then all of a sudden you show it, and then he goes and repeats the same thing with the Xeno 2, saying I have a Xeno 2 back in December. Nobody on earth had one. I don't even think Hubson had one in their hands.
He sits on a throne of lies.
Yes. So, throwing those lies just to get subscribers. That if you're a YouTube creator, channel, whatever you want to call yourself here, I don't call myself creator. I'm shit show, but you don't do that. You just don't do that. Like, it's the same thing like clickbait. Setting your title and saying I crashed my drone, and then we go and watch this video and we see that when it landed, it went bump bump. It's to get views, it's to get subscribers, and that's exactly what he did. So it's wrong. And the way he did it was wrong because although there was a lot of fake entries, you have a lot of people that do enter, just like entering this one, and they have the hopes of winning something. And I don't know, all of us just kind of agreed that this was just a really, excuse my French, shitty thing to do. But some people might think, you guys are being dramatic. It's just stupid. But you know what? I don't like to give people false hope. And I just think it's ridiculous. I think it was a very tasteless thing to do on his part. So it didn't get him far. He's only got he's just over 200 subscribers. It really did not help him. I think people figured it out on their own as we did. But you just kind of had that sense when he did it that you guys are in my group and you saw before it even happened, I made the comment, you watch, I think he's going to scam people. And sure enough, that winner flies at the same park as him, flies the same quads as him, and has him in the video on that channel. So red flag. So it's a no-brainer that he scammed somebody, and then like a month later put out a video with his Xeno Pro that he supposedly gave away. So I don't know if the marbles are kind of jumped around there, but you know, a lot of people, I had comments where people, you know, messaged with me and said, you know, maybe the guy's just not all there and you guys should take it easy on him. And I don't think we're really doing anything that's bullying or anything like that. If you have the mental ability to plan this, we're going to go with the kind of court of, you know, the in a court of law type thing. He was able to plan this, put it all together, follow through with it, and do everything to where he looked like he had enough marbles to be called sane, or what, you know, not what's the word I'm looking for here, guys? Not he's stable enough to where he pulled off a scam, so he's not getting anything that classifies as bullying or anything like that. So from there, what we did is I just kind of threw it out there. Let's raise up the money, and let's just do a real giveaway for the Xeno Pro. And then it turned into Mavic Mini, and that's where we are here today. So it's going to be a Mavic Mini, and it's going to be this package where you get the case, the Mavic Mini, your cables, one battery. You get, of course, the controller. So your basic, like, what is it, $399?
Yep.
$399 package. And whoever the winner may be, we're going to pick whatever works best for you, as long as the price isn't skyrocketed, as long as it stays within our price range. We're going to pick whatever method works best for you to get it to you faster. So that's how all of this took place. And I'll kind of let it go more to you guys now, to where we can talk about Buzz disappeared and now he's back.
He's back.
Real quick, I just wanted to mention here from the chat, Dennis, our Dennis, said Jaybird's name is Joe, according to a text he got from his dad during one of his flights.
Joe, and
So it must be Joe.
I've seen Marcus call him Joey, I think. Joe or Joey.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it is Joe. And you know, his address has been shown and everything in our little group. You know, I don't want to go that far, like exactly where the guy lives and all that. So we'll leave his last name out of it and all that. His channel's Jaybird Drone. Check it out. It's very easy to see that that it's a oh, Patrick, come on. He just blew it.
Yeah, I know, he posted it. As soon as you said that, I saw it and I was like, okay.
Well, we didn't
say
say
a word.
it. We didn't say it, but Patrick's one of the people that contributed to this. So not everybody could make it. This is working out good window wise. We can fit 2 more people on here, but you know, in the group, or not in the windows here with us, that's in the chat. Who do we have there? We have Dennis, we have Patrick, we have Greg, and who else am I missing besides Buzz jumping in and out on us here? Renee.
Dennis in it.
I didn't write everybody's name down, but that's in the original entry, where at the very end of the credits, all the rest of the people. But as you see them in chat, just, you know, say, if you mention anything with them in the chat, just make sure you say they are one of the contributors to this. And we can also point out whenever we see entries like we did with Damon Jacobs. He's one of the entries. Drone Addiction's one of the entries. Almost Homestead. So several are in here actually, and I'm glad because that means they subscribed, they hit the bell, and they clicked all, and they got notified. So me saying that at the end of every video sometimes works. So I'm going to kind of push it off to you guys, and we'll talk about, we did this and asked for everybody to make a video. And one thing I want to ask each of you, there's Greg. Hello.
There he is.
Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Hey.
Greg. He'll figure it out. He'll see himself. He's like, hey, that guy looks familiar. Oh.
Oh, he just talked.
Greg, are you connected? Can you hear us? Shake your head yes or no. Greg.
Bueller.
But we can't hear him.
Bueller. I don't even know if he can hear. Did he nod?
Yeah, he nodded.
All right. Greg, we see you. You can hear us, but you need to figure out your microphone because we cannot hear you. And I don't have him muted. So whenever you get it figured out, just yell, and we're going to leave your picture on there. So what was I going to do? Ask each of you. What was I going to do? I was just going to ask each of you what you did, what you were looking for, and just kind of not what you were looking for, but let's just start off real quick. As the entries all came in, just kind of explain your experience as we were posting them in our little private voting group that we had. And we'll start with you, Josh.
So, I mean, first off, I really want to thank all the entries for sure. That was no easy task at all. Basically, we asked that a video be made, that, you actually had to create something as part of the entry. It wasn't just clicking a link or leaving a comment or something like that. You actually had to make a video and create something and, share it with us. And you did, and that's amazing, first off. So I really appreciate everybody's time that they put into that, because you can tell that everybody, took their time to create something. And whether or not they had a YouTube channel previously or not. I mean, we got some entries that, nobody had. They didn't have a YouTube channel to begin with. And I just thought it was great that they still went that extra mile, to try to make something. And I mean, I loved every video that was submitted. It was really nice. It was just really cool to see. And I just love that. Obviously there were some that stood out a little bit more than others. But there were a lot of entries, which I thought was great as well. So we had, our a big task ahead of us, to try to narrow things down and try to figure everything out. But again, I really want to thank everybody for participating, because again, it was a big task. It wasn't just something simple that anybody could do. So I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah. You did a really good sum up there. Thank you, everybody. Doing the entry this way, I think, is something, it's very hard, but I think it's something I will definitely do in the future, because the thing about it is you get people that are really willing to put out something to actually win, instead of, I want to win this drone, subscribe, click like. Everybody can do that, and we would have had 500 entries. At this point, we had under 30 entries, and everybody that did it, they showed, look, I'm going to put out some initiative to enter this contest. And that's kind of how contests really should be. It shouldn't be so much about, oh, I need to gain subscribers or likes or anything like that. That's kind of just a way to log you. But the fact that everybody entered, that's I really appreciate that. And Josh, you explained that well. Dawn, you go ahead and just, I
Yeah.
think with him explaining it the way he did, you know, you'll end up repeating some of that, I'm sure, but explain just your entry into it and your experience looking at them, what was going through your head, and so forth.
Yeah, I mean, Josh summed it up really well. I gotta say, I kind of wish I hadn't been a part of this group because I would have made an amazing entry into the giveaway because that Mavic Mini would have been sweet. But nevertheless, Ghost Rider's right, and we had to contribute to the cause. Just like Josh said, thank you to everybody that put out those awesome videos. It does take a lot of time. Having a small channel myself, I know the work it goes into those videos, especially those of you that took time to really edit them and add your own flair to it. So it at least made it more entertaining other than just like voting on somebody, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it was really cool to see the wide variety with the entries, people from all over the world, and also people from different walks of life, people with kids, people without kids. It was really cool to see the variety and diversity that was out there, and kind of, I don't know, I guess it made my decision harder on who I would end up voting for. But it just goes to show how many awesome people there are in this community of drone enthusiasts. And yeah, that's all I got.
Clutch.
Yeah, I went into this thing thinking this is going to be a lot of fun. I mean, going through these videos, looking at them, there are going to be some funny ones. There are going to be some all different types of things. The more I watched them, the more I got to know. About the third time you watched him, you say, I kind of know this guy. I kind of know his personality. And then, yeah, it's still funny, but it's like now it's really hard. Now it got real. And that's what took so long, is because what do they say? The longer the jury's out, the better or the worse it is for the defendant.
Yeah.
And that really was. And it's like, and the longer you waited, it's like, well, what about this one? What about that one? It's like, everybody had their strong points. It was tough. And I really got to say that it impressed me how much effort everyone put into it. It was incredible.
Greg, do we have your voice yet?
What? Oh, Greg.
Nope, can't hear you, Greg.
I don't think so.
Your Bluetooth connection to your computer is probably not made.
Tech support there with KC Guy.
Greg, wave, can you hear us? Yeah, he can hear.
Unplug it and plug it back in again.
And it's a shame because I'm going to lower myself here. I feel like I'm taller than everybody. It's a shame because Greg's got a great personality, as you can see. So we'll just leave him there. All right. So I can hear somebody in the background.
It's not
No, it
Who do we hear?
something about a job interview.
Something about a job interview, yeah.
Is that on Greg? No. Clutch, is that you?
I don't think so.
It's not me.
I just
There's
muted.
no one here.
I muted Clutch. I think it's his background.
Oh, really? TV in the other room. Great. Let me go.
Okay. So I'm not going to start with Josh every time because Josh, you pretty much nail it, and then don't leave anything for anybody else.
I'm sorry.
I'll go rotate it and like start with Don and then go back. And
Good.
Greg, you just burp every now and again, and then we'll see if we hear you. So wine.
Hey, cheers.
I'm at the bottom.
Cheers, folks.
All right.
Okay. So again, thank you everybody that entered. It was hard as hell. And I'm going to just start with kind of what I was looking for and then ask the same of you. What I was looking for in a video, as far as I had said, you can make it creative. That meant you could make it funny. You could it could be serious. There was no flat out rule there. I didn't even give a time limit. I said it could be a short, quick little thing. I wanted to make it as easy as possible. You didn't have to have a great camera, sound studio, or anything like that. You just had to make the effort to put out a video, and awesome people did that. That being said, shame on all of you because you made it really hard. And what I was looking for, I was looking for a little bit of comical. I was also looking for somebody who's a little more drone deprived, I guess you could say. I didn't want to see like a whole stack like you see behind me. I didn't want to see a whole bunch of drones hanging, because I don't feel sorry for you so much if you have a whole bunch of drones. So, you know, hearing somebody say that they don't have one, theirs is crashed, and now that one's done and they have no drone. But most of all, I think what I was going for, Greg, I'm going to have to just take him off of here. I'm going to have to take Greg off of here.
It's great.
Most of all, Greg, settle down. You're going to go in timeout. What I was looking for most of all, though, is I was just somebody that kind of grabbed me personality-wise. Somebody I would gravitate to that I would be like, you know what, you really deserve this drone. And that narrowed it down to a handful of people for me. You put your kids in a video, it's going to be tough. And there were some with some kids in the video. Those made it very tough for me. I can't remember exactly whose it was, but there was one where the kids actually did all the drawing on the easel and they rolled the credits. And I'm watching this and I'm like, oh, they're going to be watching and watching and watching, hoping they win. And then I've got these other ones tugging at my heartstrings too. So that's where it's really hard. It's so hard. But that's what I was looking for, the ones that grab me like that. So most off, I just wanted to know that when I did this in the end, when I made my decision or put my vote in, I picked somebody that it would go to good use and hopefully have a long life, live long and prosperous. If somebody put out a video, which we didn't have, but if somebody said I just crashed 5 drones in a month, I wasn't going to vote on that person. So, but that's what I was looking for, just something that kind of grabbed me. Not so much on the comedy side, but it is nice. I did like to see the humor. There was some that cracked me up. There were some characters that I fell in love with, and I'm subscribing to them. And after the winner's announced, I can say more of that. That way we don't give people away. So we're going to go to you, Don, and you go through the same thing as to what you were looking for. And just remember, each of you, when you do this, try not to give it away.
Yeah, I mean, as far as it goes with like kids and hit that sweet spot, I mean, my kids are annoying the heck out of me right now, so I don't want to see any kids in any videos. No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding. Totally kidding. Quarantine is real, y'all. Anyhow, no, I was definitely looking for a need of somebody that needed a drone, and somebody that could really use it to its full potential. And I won't go much further than that because that can kind of narrow it down. But there's definitely some cool places where people were living, and you could kind of see that if that person might have won, we would get some really cool shots out of it. And like you said, QC guy, I definitely have subscribed to some of those channels now after seeing their entries, and looking for authentic people, people that, might put on a show and be humorous, but at the same time, you can tell that they're authentic and deserve the drone. So, and basically everybody that entered that contest falls into that category, which made it so fun to be a part of. But definitely looking for somebody that can make good use of it. And I mean, with the entry videos, there is a wide variety of what people were going for with humor and special effects and just telling their story. But I appreciated people that could keep it somewhat concise, not terribly long, just because I have a short attention span. but there's some good quality out there, and looking for the quality and looking for somebody that needed a drone for sure to help their channel.
Very good. Greg. Oh, Greg, what are we going to do with you? It's a shame that we don't have Greg's voice in here because, like you can see, he is a character.
Somebody mentioned in the chat. He said, "I just subscribed to Greg's channel without even watching a single video." I forget who it was. I apologize.
Yeah, Greg needs to do a lot of performance in his videos. He's a character. He's a character, and let me just say, he's a West Virginia boy, truck driver. No, aren't you West Virginia, Greg? Oh, I thought he was a West Virginia boy. But you are a truck driver, correct? He's lying. I feel bad because oh, you know what? Never mind, Greg. I'm thinking of Buzz. Because Buzz was in here earlier. Buzz is from West Virginia. He's a truck driver, and that's the one that made my QC guy or QC sign behind me. Sorry there, Greg. Greg is my artist. Greg does the artwork in all my groups. Greg, you still have not done my YouTube channel banner. Shame. My group, QC Help and Support, he did that. And my group, the newest group, which I hate the name. I did not pick the name. I think the person responsible for that was Damon. I always say Damien. I think Damon started that, but it's QC Drone Home.
QC Drone Home?
Yeah, like ET. So it's a new group. Yeah. Well, I actually have that finger. I have the ET finger.
No, so. that's the Jaybird finger.
No, it's too short. That's the Jaybird finger. But anyhow, sorry, Greg. So Clutch, go ahead. Yeah, what banner? Wait, Greg, what banner? Do 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 do. Oh yeah, well, that's what I said. Come on, buddy, pay attention. All right, so let's go ahead. Clutch.
What was the question?
The question about.
It's been a while.
All right, Greg, time out. The question was.
I'm watching Greg. I'm not even paying attention.
That's why I have to put him in timeout. Sit, Greg, sit. What you were looking for and such in the videos, and choosing your final.
Yeah, I think at first I was right off the bat I was looking for something funny, humor, and the more that I watched them, it kind of gelled together that basically the spirit of what the entire giveaway was all about. You could tell it came together, and to me, humor still stayed an important part. But I think the important you could, when it was done, you could just feel that, and it did come down to 3 for me too. So I think that I think most of the people got it. What we were trying to do, it wasn't just another giveaway, like you said. Click on this, subscribe, like, blah blah blah, and we would have had 500 people. Each one of these people deserve it.
Yeah.
And that's basically, that's what I was looking for, is that shining star. It's like, yeah, that one. That's one of the 3 for sure when it finally came down to it.
And I think all of us can agree, and Greg, you can just shake your head yes or no on this, but I think all of us can agree we all had probably 3 or 4. And I asked you to narrow it down to 2. before we got into our final votes. And I think that was the biggest struggle right there. I'm looking at a list right here where I had 5 and I scratched one off and I had 4 that I fought really hard to make my decision on, to bring it down to final 2. So all of us, I think, are in agreement with that.
Yeah.
Josh, go for it.
So, Chris, I'm just like you. I had 5. I had mine narrowed down to 5, and when you said we needed to narrow it down to 2, and we had to post the links of our top 2. Man, that took me some time. That took me a while to try to narrow that down, for sure. I mean, honestly, I think everybody did a phenomenal job. Again, going back to what I said before, everybody really seriously took the time to make something, and that I thought was just awesome, just to begin with. Now, in terms of the things that I was looking for, I like humor. I also, don't mind something serious. Anything was kind of in the air, up for grabs for me. But I think really the biggest thing that I was looking for was now everybody deserved it, for sure. Everybody that entered it. If I had all the money in the world, honestly, I would give it to every single person that participated in it, because everybody's very much deserving. But just by watching the video, it was, okay, who's going to really do something awesome with this? Who is going to create something, or who's going to really be able to put this to, really good use? And again, everybody was going to be able to do that. So that's what made this exceptionally hard. So that's when I kind of had to really start to, even narrow it down even more in terms of what I was looking for, because again, I just was like, oh, I want everybody to have one, but that's when I started kind of getting into, okay, well, this guy really made me laugh, or this one here kind of really tugged at my heartstrings a little bit. It was very difficult. It was extremely difficult, and it was fun nonetheless. But I'm just really glad that I'm really glad we didn't have 500 entries, to be honest with you, because as Chris said earlier today, we would not have been here tonight. And that's why it kind of, I think, took a little bit of time for us to really try to narrow down a winner, was because it was that difficult, guys. It really was that difficult for all of us to really try to pick somebody and to really try to narrow it down, and figure out who was finally going to win this.
Yeah. I'm going to say real quick, Greg's pointing up at you. He's agreeing.
I saw him.
Greg, I want you to do something. We're going to do a little tech support here. Close out your StreamYard and start all over again. Click the link that I gave you, and you'll have a window where it lets you test your mic and everything. And you'll see the meter work when you're speaking to it. And that will tell you, hey, I'm ready to go. Give it a shot. So click out, disappear. When I see you appear again, I'll bring you back in, and hopefully you're working. I think everybody's in agreement. They love Greg.
Yeah.
All right. So he's out.
There's a lot of people in the chat too that are really loving Greg too.
Yeah. So I'm knocking him out. Should I just ban him and let's mess with him? Josh, if I just kick him from the studio, he can still come back, right?
Oh yeah. With the same link, he can come back in.
All right. So I'm kicking him and kick guest, and he's gone. All right. So we'll let him work that out. That's the good thing about the StreamYard, is you can test it, put your name in like you guys all did. You can test it and make it work. So, all right. So we discussed the process that we went through and how hard it was. Anybody that's not with us that contributed, that's in the chats, have you picked up on them saying anything on when they were going through the same process with us?
I did, actually, yes. Dennis, again, the last name I won't pronounce. He said, I was looking for potential videos too, Josh, ... But I think that might have been the only one, at least that I saw. So if there was any other donors here in the chat, please, share what you were looking for as well. And we'll make sure we read them.
Bob, Cindy, and the Foster Kids, is that a donor?
Yes.
Yeah.
He said
he always throws me off with the YouTube name versus the Facebook name. YouTube name is huge.
No.
Yeah, he said I was looking for creativity in need. It was very hard. Many worth the win.
Damon, I got your comment there. I did notice your comment. Sorry, my accent's not right for tech support. I don't want to offend anybody by doing that accent. I might offend some people. So, but I know exactly where he was going with that. Something about, I'll just say, I don't want to bore anybody, but about Damon, aside from him doing my name like Floyd on my quad and stuff like that, the way I met him was he crashed his FEMI X8 SE, and somebody tagged me in the FEMI group saying, hey, maybe QC guy can help you. So I went over, and because I was tagged in it, and asked him to send it to me, and it was fixable, but cost-wise just wasn't right. And he's just a likable guy. And I like you said, Josh, I like what he does. I had an interest in that whole thing. Me living in an old house that I say is haunted, built in 1906, really creepy, weird things happen from time to time. That's where I kind of gravitated towards him. But I liked him enough to where I don't do this with anybody. I actually got him a brand new, it's no replacement for a FEMI X8 SE, but I got him a brand new Xeno and had that shipped to him from Banggood or GearBest, wherever I got it from. And been a good friend with him ever since online, and he's a good dude. So just wanted to throw that out there, how that little marriage happened.
I just want to point out real quick, if you don't mind, my apologies, Patrick W. And again, I'm not going to pronounce your last name because I can't. But he said the entries were genuine, something Jaybird isn't.
True.
Which is very true. Yeah. And he was also a donor.
Okay. So I guess we are at 45-minute mark approximately. Is there anything? I know everybody's like, come on. I want to see if I won. I want to see I won. Well, we're not even going to come right out and tell you won. We're going to actually do a final three. We're going to show you a final three. Then we're going to tell you who won out of that final three. If we tell you right now, then you're going to go bye-bye. So you guys want to stick around and see what happens with Greg. I know that. So as do I. And did you point out Drone Addiction? He was an entry, or did I mention earlier?
I think you mentioned him earlier.
Okay.
That he was an entry.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah,
he was like the very first entry, and he's a good friend of all of ours. I mean, we all know.
Oh yeah.
Know Hugh and several people that are in here are regulars, and it turned out. I'll say this: some of the entries, after a while, after I seeing their names, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm seeing them on Facebook, and I'm like, I'm friends with these people on Facebook. I'm friends with so many people I don't even realize. Like, I hate to put this out there, but if you send me a friend request, as long as you don't look really suspicious or somebody from China trying to get me to sell your crap, I'll accept your friend request. So it turns out I'm actually friends with a lot of these people, which will also show that I wasn't partial for that reason, based on my decision and who I picked. So that's that. I don't want to give anything away. So is there any other direction you would want to go? Anything you want to point out, guys? Any other experience with this, other than the fact that I will never do this again with 13 people? I love you all. It's been great. We've all got along throughout the whole thing. We had a lot of laughs. We had some good watch parties on which Buzz is so annoyed with Jaybird. He goes crazy in the comments in that group, in our little private group. But it was a great experience, but I would never do it again with 13 people. It's just too hard with everybody's schedules, time zones, and all that. Yeah. I would maybe do this again with 3 or 4 people. And So maybe in the future, I'll call upon some of you guys, not necessarily to donate your money, but to help me go through and do something like this. I get enough free quads and stuff that I can do giveaways with. I just don't like to do giveaways with my garbage. So unless people want my garbage, I'll give it to you. So should we get on down to the final three?
Let's do it.
I think we should.
Okay. So what I'm going to do here is, how many do we still have in the house here, Josh?
We have. Sorry, I
42.
Thank you. I only have the pop-up up. There we go. Yep. 40,
and
42, 37 likes.
Nice. Okay. So, actually a little less than what I expected, but I'm seeing a lot of the entries in here. So that's good. That was one thing I was worried about, is that the entries wouldn't be in here. So, that kind of makes sense. If you didn't enter, it's not so exciting to sit here and watch who won. I think other people are just in here because they're regulars to some of us. And for me, I would want to watch just for the characters like Greg. Oh, there he is. Let's do a Greg. Let's do a Greg update, everybody. Here we are. We're going to bring him in. Hello, Greg.
Audio?
Hi.
There.
Yes.
You did it.
I'm in, man. Hello, boys.
All right. You're a little low in volume, but we're not going to mess it up. We're not going to tweak it and screw things up. So let's go ahead and just put
the microphone. Oh, sorry.
So let's go ahead and put you on the spot, Greg, without giving it away as to who the winner was. What were you looking for when you first started looking at the videos and you were asked to break it down to your first handful and then down to your final two? What were you looking for?
I was looking for, being a creative person myself, looking for creativity. I was looking for the need for a new drone, and location. Because I expect this person to provide us with a lot of entertaining and character-driven content, if that makes sense. And that's what drove my my decision on how I voted.
I'm glad you got your voice back, because that's good. That's good. That's very good. Seeing their future content with it is going to be fun for us. I'm definitely subscribing.
Yep.
And I want to see what comes up.
Exactly. QC guy approved.
And if they crash it, and then we can all become trolls.
Or a tree climber like you did this weekend, you maniac.
Yeah, you know what? I can hardly walk right now. My groin. Oh my
Christ.
God.
Don't talk about your groin here. Come on.
TMI.
My leg. Yeah. That'll all, once I put that together, you guys can see me climb the tree. I'm not going to call the person out, but the person's in chat.
Yeah, I was going to say, who is?
The person went and flew at my dam. The dam person went to my dam. Not even Josh. Josh lives close.
Wasn't even me.
Josh lives close
wow.
enough by me, and Josh won't even come to my dam. If you come to my dam, you're hexed, and something bad is going to happen. And that is what happened. The person came to my dam and returned home, flew him straight into a tree, and that tree was hanging over the water, leaning over the water. So he called me, and it was my first rescue call. And so I went out there. I met him for the first time ever, and it's 40 feet in the tree. I made it 20, just over 20 feet. It's like a tree that's kind of like this. So I was wedged in the middle, and then I literally grabbed onto it and shimmied my way up. My arms are all cut up. I ripped my shirt. I cut my stomach. So then I go back the next morning with my son, rope, you name it. And I'm pulling myself up with the
You
rope.
named your son Rope? Oh, no.
Hard.
With my son Blake, who some of you have seen on my channel
Gotcha.
before in one of my giveaways. I gave him away, Greg. But I had him back on loan, and he went with me to go get this drone out of the tree, and I was pulling myself up with a rope. That wasn't going so good. And he's a twin. Him and his brother played baseball from the time they were in Little League up into college, and 2 shots he knocked it out of the tree and
wow.
into the water.
Oh.
So I have it in pieces, and right here's the camera. But it's dried out. It's nicely dried out. I broke every single vital part down, took it out of the quad. It's all dried out. I think the only thing it's not going to work in the end is the battery, because it won't even try to charge. But I will resurrect it, I think. So
How many cups of rice were sacrificed for the drying out?
I did not use any rice.
Oh, no
We
rice.
are in a serious situation where rice is vital. I thought about rice, but the wife would have been very pissed off if I used the rice for a drone.
Aw.
So in this situation, it might come down to rice might be the last thing in my house to eat, besides the dog. And
You're no
I use
proper prepper.
I used rice-a-roni once to dry out a drone, and now my drone smells like broccoli cheese.
Oh.
But
if it comes down to no food, though, I'm coming to your place, Don.
Nope.
And Don, I will never invite myself, but I do hope that you extend an invite one day, because I would love to come out to your neck of the woods in Virginia, since that's my stomping grounds, and not far from you. You're in Luray, right?
I'm just east of Front Royal, so depending on how you come back to your parents' place, you might pass me. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Not to bring the show down, I'm not going to go into the reasons why, but one day I will be coming to Luray. So maybe around that time we can get together somewhere, or I could come out and see your homestead and see how the house is going and all that.
Yeah, take some eggs home with you.
All right, man. And let's get down to it. So we're going to do the final 3. I'm going to put up a video. What I've done here is, and you final 3, you're good that are in the are all final 3 in here? I've seen some.
I saw at least 2.
Yeah, I saw 2.
Let me look back
There's
through. I
one
think I only saw 2.
There is one missing. I know who it is. Yeah. Yeah. The one person's not here. But anyhow, the way we did this is we put the final 3 in one video. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to do 2 minutes of each one, but one of them he was long. His video, I forgot the full length of it, but he put a lot of work into it. He made it really long, and I gave him I think 4 minutes. So the first one's had 2 minutes, his had 4 minutes, but I was fair with everybody. I kept in the main parts and kind of what we were looking at and breaking these guys down into the finals. So it came down to each of us picking 2. And then we voted on, we put all those in a list. We put them all in a poll. We voted on them all. And then the top 3 are who I'm going to show. And I will say that in the end, it came down to a tie between 2. We all sat patiently waiting. Who put that last vote in? Was it Buzz? Donald?
I don't remember who the last vote was.
It was him
Yeah,
or
I don't remember that
Greg.
one.
Maybe it was, I forgot, but final person came in and made the tiebreaker. I made sure I was not that person. I got my vote in early. I did not want to be a tiebreaker should that be the case. So, but somebody, we all sat there waiting patiently, and that person broke the tie. Therefore, we have a winner.
Tiebreaker.
Yeah, you're gonna be our singer for every little thing. Started out with the Brady Bunch, and all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up now, and you guys, this is a good time for potty breaks. Fill up your glasses. Fill up your glass, Greg. What is that? Moonshine, Don?
Wild turkey.
Ooh, there you go. Ooh.
I thought either that or you were urinating in your.
Oh man!
Don doesn't need a break.
So real quick, I just want to say, Bob, in the chat earlier said, Josh, who keeps filling up your glass? Because I kept seeing my glass raise up. I have a stash underneath my desk, but I just thought I'd point that out. Thought it was pretty funny that he noticed that.
That's a good idea.
Here you go, guys. I got some
I got a
homemade.
stash underneath
This
here.
is not Mississippi mud, but this is homemade.
You're definitely gonna come visit now.
This is homemade bourbon here, boys.
Chris, now you got an invite to Don's place.
What are you
Yeah,
talking
And
about?
it's even
I keep
peach.
forgetting that. I'm going, oh, look at that.
It's even peach. This is really good.
All right, 10 dozen eggs for one handle.
Okay.
Oh, 10 dozen.
I will pop the video up now. Again, it's 8 minutes. You guys, everybody in the chat, enjoy. I kind of edited a title to each channel, put like, subscribe, and all that like you see in my videos. So do support these channels. They did make the effort to enter, and we'll talk more about them after this is all over because there's some good characters in here.
Josh.
So here is the final three. I'm going to share the screen and hopefully I do this right. And share this. Oops, I did not do it right. Let me go back. I didn't do the volume. Share screen. Share volume, audio.
You can't do it.
And there's that.
Let's go out to the
Okay.
kitchen. Let's go out to the kitchen. Let's go out to the kitchen and grab ourselves a snack.
Okay, so you guys see that, and now we're gonna bring it up.
That's fancy. Dude, I do want a stack.
Okay, so you see a black screen right now, everybody?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
let's hit play and enjoy. And yell at me if you don't hear volume.
Chili boo.
How you gonna try to be someone when the people can't see you?
Good morning. Hey, to our friendly neighborhood Chili with some of the oinkers as well as the pack. We are live this morning in the gorgeous but chilly Chilcotin. Got the woofers with me. The lake is still frozen and the sun is going to be peeking over the ridgeline shortly. I'm entering the giveaway for the Mavic Mini. All right. What I got to say, folks, is thank you very much for this opportunity. I am such a newbie to the drone world. It's not funny. I should have a hat that says newbie on it. I got interested in drones just last fall for a myriad of reasons, but the main reason is where I live up here in the Chilcotin on the plateau. You can't see it, but we've got the coastal mountains behind us. We're a few hours from the Pacific Ocean. It is fantastic up here. Ridge lines, valleys, the whole 9 yards. And I just want to share this with you folks. If you peruse my channel, there's a very eclectic selection of different videos. But as I said, I got into the idea of getting a drone. And yeah, I put in an order for a Zenith too. And being such a newbie, I got sketched out with all the issues that are going on with the Xenos. So I canceled my order. I don't know what to do. So I'm droneless. Hey, tell you what though, if those pigs could fly, I'd have a whole bunch of drones. But I've got a contingency plan in case I don't win. And you never know what happens. So enjoy the gift of the day, eh? And I'll talk to you soon. Now, I mentioned I had me a contingency plan, correct? I got this little action cam. I got me a piece of baling twine, and I got me a chicken. So I'm going to tie the action cam to the chicken, and I'll be droning it up here in the Chilcotin. Y'all take care and bless up for the gift of the day. I've got to get busy. All right.
That's good stuff.
Hi, my name's Jay. I live in Gold Bar, Washington, and this is my entry video for the QC Guy YouTube channel for their Mavic Mini giveaway. We have a YouTube channel called Almost Homestead. It's a channel that covers our journey into the modern day homesteading type of thing. And I quit my job several years ago, and we sold our house and went all in on this little journey and moved into our cabin. And so far, we're loving it. but I want to grow my channel, and I think having a DJI Mavic Mini would be incredible up here because there's hikes everywhere around here. It's a pristine river. It's along a scenic byway on Highway 2, and it really is one of the last remaining wild places up here on this river. Mount Index is right around the corner from us here, and in the summertime when the water is lower, you can stand out there and get a great view of Mount Index, and it is also just a beautiful sight. So having a drone to film around there would be pretty incredible also. Now, being up here to the modern day homesteading thing, I don't have a lot of money because any extra money gets put on to projects. So winning this Mavic Mini would be huge for us and for our channel. The other thing that this Mavic Mini would be really helpful with is tracking down Bigfoot. I was attacked by Bigfoot and he stole my knife, and I really need a drone to cruise around over the woods upstream and see if I can locate his den. So if I win this drone, Bigfoot, I'm coming for you. Eyes in the sky, buddy. All right. Well, I want to thank QC Guy for doing this giveaway, and thank the other people involved that all put in money to do this giveaway. Thanks to all of you guys also.
Hey Chris, my name's Scott, otherwise known as Scotty Do All. I am from Fitchburg, Massachusetts. That's about 50 miles west of Boston. And me, like many other people, I got scammed out of my bird by the Jade Turd.
Hello there, this is Jay Bird Drone. Today is the day for the giveaway.
Oh, that voice.
Casino Pro. That's it right here. Casino Pro. I'm also going to include the 2 batteries and the carrying case with the drone. Now, the way I'm going to select the winner is I'm going to draw from this hat. I have everyone's name that commented on this video inside this hat. And
Come on, I know it's going to be me. I know it's going to be me. I get to have a DJI Mini. Come on, it's going to be me. Come on. Yes.
TD 1042K.
Oh, man. I did all this preparation. I had all my lucky stuff. I knew it. I knew it needed to be a real rabbit. Oh, man. Oh, I'll probably never get the Mini. What? What did you say? It's not a real contest? What do you mean it's not a real contest? Sorry, Broken Drone. What do you mean it's not real? Watch it again? Okay. Watch it again. Broken Drone says watch it again.
You commented on this video inside this hat
Mother, wait a minute.
of this drone. The winner
Watching the.
of this drone.
You're right. Why did you draw the name out of a hat? Why didn't you use one of those automatic generator things that everybody else uses? Wait a minute. He's only got. There's only like 12 names in that hat. You're right, Broken Drone. This is a scam. I should have known. All I gotta do is look at the name. The name on the thing says Jade Turd Drone. Why would you trust the Jade Turd to be an honest person? Oh, I was only dreaming again. Still don't have a Mini. I gotta find me a way to get me a Mini. Who do you like? Which one do you like? That one? Right there? QC Guy. Hi, Chris. A Mavic Mini giveaway. That's what I really, really want. He looks honest. What? He is honest? He's a really nice guy? How do you know all these things? Oh, drones. No, drone stuff. Okay. I'll trust you. I wish I could have kept away from that tree that day. Oh, no. I hope he's okay. I was okay. Oh, no. Oh no. One more time. Come on, little guy. Come on, little guy. Come on. One more time. One more time. Oh man. I don't think he's gonna make it. Oh. Wait, there's one more thing I can do. This should have been the first thing I thought
Going
about.
good.
Duh.
Yeah.
I've done everything I
They're
know.
playing the video now.
I need some help here.
The video.
Whoa. That worked. Toy Drone's alive. Toy Drone's alive. Welcome back, buddy. What's it like on the other side?
All right. Bring us back
Good stuff.
up to where
Good
we-
stuff.
All right, back to where we had it. Yeah. Now, so I think we're all in agreement that Scotty Do All, Scotty Do All was the hard one to edit because his video was long. So that's the final three. Two of them were a tie. And let's just go to the chat real quick and let's just see who the chat thinks the winner is. Everybody in the chat, throw it up right now. Who do you think out of those three are the winner? You have Almost Homestead, Scotty Do All, and Chili Boo Revolution. You can even say video 1, video 2, video 3.
We got the Flying Chicken, Scotty, Homestead Guy, last video, Scotty, first one, Chicken Guy.
So it kind of sounds like everybody's going where we were all at.
Number three, video 2, number 3, 2, 3, Scotty, Chili Boo, first one, video 1, 3. Sounds like they were all, 3.
Okay. So I think a majority are going at Scotty B. Sounds like
2 or 3, 2 and 3. Oh, there's been a lot of ones though too, actually, with the quote unquote chicken guy, as everybody's calling him.
So should I do it like they do it in contests where I start with who was in third place, speak about their video, then go to second place, and then obviously the one that I don't mention until last knows that they won it?
Do it that way.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So again, this was extremely hard. And the third place person, I fell in love with immediately, and I am subscribing to this channel. And I love his, I love his look. I love his vocabulary. I mean, he's got a very, very good vocabulary of things where I'm like, I gotta look this one up. But I've even started watching some of his videos, and this would be Chili Boo Revolution. Now, when this is all said and done, I'm putting his link in here. I want you people to, unless one of you guys can pop it up real quick. I didn't make I'm sorry, I didn't make you moderators. But I'll put links to their channels in here. You definitely want to subscribe to Chili Boo Revolution because he lives in Canada. He took his test, so he passed his test, but he did it online. And some people might not be crazy about this, but I loved it. He's got like 3 minutes left or whatever after he's done, and he's waiting for the results. So he pulls out a doobie. He
That was hilarious.
Smoking his doobie, and he's going, ooh, this is good.
Smoking a doobie.
Oh, I mean, he was like really enjoying it. Now, I'm not a smoker, but that it looked like a yummy doobie. He had me sold. So I fell in love with his character. He was on my list from the start, but he fell into the third place. He was the final three. Obviously, you saw in the video. He fell into the third place. We all agree he's a great character. I would imagine we all agree there. I mean, he deserved to be in the finals. And I do want to see the flying chicken. I definitely want to see the flying chicken. Yeah, subscribe to his channel, support him. He made a good effort, and you know what? He's just an interesting ass character. He's awesome, and he's not in here.
Nope.
So
Yeah, he was the one that wasn't in here.
yeah. And then this is where you're going to end up realizing who the winner is.
Hey, Chris, should we cut to a commercial break real quick before you announce this part?
Yes, let's do that. We're gonna go to commercial break, and Don is gonna sing for you.
This next segment is brought to you by Motorboats, a slightly better restaurant than Hooters.
I've had too much bourbon, guys. Come on, let's do this.
I think we have a regular live show in the making here, guys. We're gonna do this again
On Monday nights?
Yeah, Monday nights, 9:00.
Ooh, I'm in.
So
Monday.
Don, you actually have a good voice. I'll give you that.
I better. I'm a band teacher, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Oh.
My band teacher was not a good singer, and he put his lips on my trumpet, and I quit.
Pardon?
Whoa! Hey now.
Party foul.
This is a
Party
family
foul.
show. Family show.
Greg, get your mind out of the gutter. All right. So second
One
place.
time at band camp.
Second
All right,
place.
going off the rails. The rails. Stay on the rails.
So tonight you've heard about my groin, and then you've heard about my trumpet. The drum roll, please, Don. Second place is Scotty Do All. Big shocker, I'm probably sure to people in the chat. But Scotty Do All put out a great video. There is no doubt about that. This is where, when it breaks down to these final three, this is where I feel like crap, because I want to give something to everybody. So I've got my list of these final three, and if there is anything I can send and give in the future, I am going to definitely do that. I'm subscribing to these channels. I'm going to stay in contact with these people. Scotty Do All is one of them. So his video with the Lucky Charms, I mean, there was a lot of work right there in itself.
Yeah.
Waking up
Good stuff.
with his dream.
Excellent.
The jump starting. I love the R2D2 effects of the quad. You guys take it. I'm talking too much. You guys take it and talk about that video.
I mean, there was a little bit of everything in there. Creativity. He definitely scripted it out. And special effects. I mean, we can look forward to some great content from that guy.
Mhm.
For sure.
Absolutely. I would make sure that everybody subscribes to his channel. I already have, for sure. Like Chris said, there's been a lot of these people that did the submissions, and when I was watching their videos, I instantly had to subscribe. I'm sure there's probably the same for everybody else too here. But yeah, 100%. There was a ton of work put into that video, for sure, as there were with everybody's. But wow, yeah, he did an excellent job. Excellent
And a
job.
question-
And he is in the chat here with us tonight
Awesome.
as well.
Awesome job. Awesome
He did a
job,
phenomenal
Scotty.
job.
Yeah, Scotty, you did a great job. You really
Phenomenal.
did. Let me tell you, Scotty, you were oops, I'm going through everybody. Don't touch the middle rail. Whatever. How do I stop the madness?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scotty, in the actual situation that we're in, what I want to know is, did you eat the Lucky Charms?
Yeah, what did you do with the Lucky Charms there?
Hopefully, you saved them and ate them.
Acquiring
So you
minds.
didn't have to go to the grocery store.
And he kind of looks like he's out there in his little own, like almost homestead, modern day homestead world as well. He's got a cabin feel to his home, and
Yeah, he's out there.
yeah. So, I mean, I know he said where he's from, but I don't know if he's like kind of off the grid some or what. Yeah, he took the lead from the start. Actually, he
did.
The votes all swung right at him immediately in the poll. And I thought it was a lock with him, but then it came down between him and Almost Homestead as a tie. And so naturally, the winner is Homestead. And I will say Almost Homestead was my pick. And I think there's one other person here that can definitely say it was their pick because he's a homesteader.
Oh, yeah. Homesteaders.
So my reason for picking him is and I've showed who fell. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, he broke off. My reason for picking him was the homesteading part of it. That's something I'm very envious of. It's something I wish I could have done. It's something I've wanted to do. If there is a homestead television show, I watch it. Homestead Rescue, all of them. I watch all that stuff.
I know people that have been on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do.
So, yeah, because you're in a whole community.
Yep.
You get together and like convention type things too, right?
Yeah, in Front Royal every year, man.
Okay. So,
nationwide.
So that's why I picked him. And I really want to see the content that he creates with what this Mavic Mini can bring. That 2K video is beautiful on that thing. And where he lives, oh my God, when he showed those snowy mountains, and plus I want to see Bigfoot's den, let's just face it.
Yeah, it's all about Bigfoot.
Right.
Honestly, I thought Bigfoot lived here. I thought I saw him a few times out at the reservoir, but I think he proved it. Bigfoot's there. He hijacked his knife, knocked him out cold, and that was my pick. So Almost Homestead, I did pick you, and you had my vote, but all three of them were in my list, along with some others. So let's go to Clutch.
Yeah, I had voted for Scotty Do, but just for the sheer amount of effort that went into it. But we talked about it before, it was kind of difficult. I really liked, as far as the homestead, the scenery is gorgeous. I'm also interested in homesteading. I watch a lot of that type of programming. And I think he can really get good use out of that drone.
Yeah, definitely some good content to come from him. Don?
Yeah, he'll find that drones scare the crap out of chickens. Like, it's hilarious. It's really funny. I have an old unique breeze that I was buzzing over my chickens, and it's just hilarious to see them scatter. But no, I'm really happy for him. We're gonna see some amazing shots. I subscribe to all the channels, and good stuff out there. But it'll be cool to see him put that to good use.
Josh?
So I actually voted for Scotty Do All as well. I think he did a phenomenal job as well. But Almost Homestead was amazing. I think that he's going to do a marvelous job with everything that he has to offer, and I can't wait to see the videos that he produces. He also was one of the ones that I ended up subscribing to. I'm a big believer in Bigfoot. I really am a big believer in Bigfoot. So I'm really excited to see what he has to offer, and to see that part of his video come up. That was incredible. That was awesome.
Yeah, beautiful.
So beautiful job. Beautiful scenery too out there.
So in the comments, I'll put everybody's channel in a pinned comment. I'll put it in the description just so it cannot be missed. Subscribe to these final three. There is one other thing I want to throw out there is I believe his name's Chris Kavanaugh. Is he in the chat? He was last night. My my chat with, or my video with Chad B. I don't know if I see Chris. There he is. Cavaness. Sorry, Chris.
Oh, there he is.
I just wanted to say to Chris, you guys all know in the group, I already told you when the videos first came in, I said, you guys probably know the one that tugged at my heartstrings, and it was Chris. And I get a little emotional or choked up with these because until you actually, once you actually do it, or you know somebody who has their child in a children's hospital, or has to make that constant visit to a children's hospital, knowing that you're giving for the cause to help for the free care fund, it's a really great feeling. I encourage everybody to do it, especially now with what is going on. These kids that are sick that need to go to the children's hospital, they definitely do not need any type of virus. It will seek out whatever is your weakness, and it will just wreak havoc. So Chris, I think I'm correct in saying he has to do a weekly visit. I don't want to give up too much private information, but I think he makes regular visits with his daughter,
Wow.
Children's Hospital. So Chris, you and I are now friends on Facebook. I would like you to send me a private message just so I don't forget here soon. I won't forget, definitely, but just so we can talk and have this conversation, I want you to contact me and let me know the children's hospital that you take your daughter to, and I want to make a donation to that hospital in your daughter's name, if that is okay with you. So
yeah, if it's okay, share it with everybody. I mean, I don't want to push anything, but share it with everybody. It's
if you don't mind, mind sharing it with everybody, that's great that you said that, Don. If you don't mind sharing the name of the hospital with everybody, you can just put your daughter's first name in, or, well, we know your last name, so you can just put your last name in there and we can make the donation under the last name, or if you want to put her first and last name in there, we'll make the donation under her name. So anybody that sees that, they can also leave donations separately. I'm not going to say, hey, send me your money, I'll make one donation. All of us can just simply click a link to this children's hospital that I'll put in after he tells me. And if it's like any other children's hospital, like when I do mine, what I do is I go through and they have sections for donations, and you can actually choose where your donation goes. So what I choose is free care fund. So Chris, if there is a specific destination you would like this to go to within that children's hospital, let me know, and all the information I will put in this video in the description and in the first pinned comment. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Your video grabbed me right away, and I think at the very end of it, you were a little choked up in your voice as I was choked up, and I just wanted to kind of call you out and let you know that you did get my attention really early on, and you didn't win the contest, but I want to do this for you and your daughter. So, and I'm sure a lot of other people will do it as well.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's the one thing that I love about doing this is all the people that I meet that enjoy doing it as well, or who have helped me out to build up my funds to do this. Although my last one that Josh and I were going to do together, that one didn't work because of this whole coronavirus thing with China. All sales stopped, and GearBest didn't pay me, so I'm not going to get into all that. But I did not.
Oh no, I didn't realize that.
They did not pay me. No, I'm fighting them on that, and I'm probably never going to see that money. But I met my goal. But then a lot of canceled sales happened, and I haven't seen the money. They owe me over $1,000. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, that was one of my orders.
Yeah. So they took a hit on the economy, and I think they're taking it out on anybody who they probably owe the most to. If they owed me a couple $100, they would give it to me, because I did since I was a new affiliate with them, I did a test run of $100. They gave me the $100. They didn't give me my second deposit request or exchange that I requested for my commission. So I'll never see it. I guarantee I won't see it. So,
Mm.
and that's that. So, but I do have some money still put aside for donations, and then I want to make a donation to the Children's Hospital for Chris's daughter. So,
Can I say something here just from the chat, if you guys don't mind?
absolutely.
It's actually from Chris. It says, I can either share the hospital or our team page for raising money for cystic fibrosis. However you guys want to do that. Thank you, everyone. Sure, I'm proud to be associated with this group of guys. It's a lot of support in the chat.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. That's what I'm
great.
going through now. And you know what? Back to what I was saying as far as how, meeting great people that, know that this is what I'm about. It's what, you guys jumped instantly on, just making this right, taking the wrong that Jaybird did, which, didn't really hurt anybody, but it was just wrong. And you guys jumped on it right away. So,
Yeah, what's right is right.
Yeah, man.
Right.
So that's what these are the people that I really kind of gravitate to. I like all of you. I'm so glad that I've met all of you, and we all every one of us all keep in touch regularly. I chat with each of you privately and messaging quite often. And Josh and I are like neighbors and still haven't gotten together yet.
I know, right? The one time we tried to get together, it poured down rain all day.
Yeah, it was a very bad. It wouldn't have been a good day for flying.
That would have been no fun.
Yeah, we would have needed a couple sprays.
Maybe next time I'll crash one of my drones into the tree up at your lake.
And you'll climb.
Go climb.
Yeah. But yeah, and that's the type of subscribers I have too, because there's so much support comes from. I mean, I never doing this. I never expected the support and stuff that I get from my subscribers. I remember I said in the beginning, I wanted to be the #1 seller for the GearBest pre-sales, and because I told them I wanted to do 2 giveaways on that quad. I became the #1 seller. I was the #1 seller. And I held that until the whole thing got trashy. And if anybody is waiting, I'm going to go ahead and pop this on you now. I've been kind of holding on to this for like 3 days now. If anybody is waiting for their drone, their Xeno 2 from GearBest, I have my affiliate that quit. Her last message to me was, I am leaving GearBest. Before I leave, I will tell you all truth.
Ooh.
So
bombshell.
I said, yes, please tell me all truth. And then it took another day, like normal China conversations. You get a little piece of them, and then you have to wait 12 hours or 24 hours. But the next day she told me they have absolutely no Xeno 2 stock and will not have Xeno 2 stock for 2 to 3 months.
Ooh.
Something went down between them and Hubson, and Hubson is supplying other people, but not GearBest.
Wow.
So my thing is, if you are waiting for your Xeno 2, which I'm going to just start putting this in any video I put out and in my group, if you're waiting for your Xeno 2 from GearBest, cancel the damn order and go straight to Hubson. That seems to be the best bet, like Josh did.
Man, that sucks.
So, Josh, are you still waiting from GearBest?
So no, actually, the second one came. Believe it or not, the one from GearBest that did actually show up.
Okay.
Yeah, it showed up. Last? I can't remember if it was last week or the week before.
So if she's not, giving me a bunch of crap, if she's not filling me with crap, which I don't know why she would, sure, she's probably disgruntled, but you probably got the end of that last batch.
Yeah,
I'm sure I did. I was probably in that last group because it was back when everybody else kind of got theirs too from GearBest.
Yeah, everybody.
But yeah, that
Friday or Saturday.
Was there 2 waves or 3 waves? Do you remember? Was there 2 waves or 3?
I think it's only 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was right in the middle of 2. So.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was only 2.
Yeah, I ordered December 17th and got mine like 2 weeks ago.
When I ordered that one directly from Hubson, that came in about 2.5 weeks direct from Hubson.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mac
I didn't think I'd ever see the other one, but I did. So
oops, I clicked on the wrong one. Max said they told him the 16th of April. Xeno
Wow.
2 might come in. Well, I'm gonna say if what she told me is correct, I'm going to say that it's not going to be till after April.
So I wonder if they were able to fulfill all those pre-orders. Do you think probably not then? Maybe half of them?
I don't think so. Even
Yeah.
with all the cancellations, I don't think they fulfilled them because there's, Josh, you probably see this putting out the content. You constantly see the people saying, "Hey, I'm still waiting on mine."
Yeah.
And they always tell
you're right.
They always tell you their order date, which that doesn't make sense because a lot of them were early orders, and you got yours. A lot of people got theirs. So I don't know how they went about distributing them, but other than the package size, that's the only thing that's made sense so far. What package you chose?
I mean, it just kind of sounds like it was just a mess from the start. Not from the start, but they probably got in over their heads. Is probably what happened in terms of all the, all the pre-orders, because there were a ton of them. I mean, there were a ton, as far as I know, anyhow.
Yeah,
well over 1,000 a day. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even know how much I trust that counter because I saw changes in that counter on certain days. Like it would drop and it would rise, and you also have to take in effect different platforms. Like, are they sharing the same counter? Are they their own individual counter? Your app versus your desktop.
Yeah, and were the warehouses combined? Were they separate?
The warehouses, it was all definitely one location. It was all coming from China. They never even, I don't think, ever filled the U.S. warehouse or anywhere else.
Well, no, as far as remember, there was a 9.9 and the 9.1. Yeah.
I think it all stayed within one, really.
Okay.
I'm not sure there.
Because some could ship to Canada, some couldn't.
Yeah, and see, that's one thing we didn't really pay attention to is we didn't, like, maybe a poll of if you chose 991 or whatever it was, or you chose 990, did you receive yours yet? That would tell us something too. But at this point, it's kind of moot point now because the whole thing has been screwed up. So
yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, Hubson, I think I think there was some sort of bad blood there in the contract because my understanding of it is Hubson from the start back in December was sending them out the back door.
Yeah, Blue Skyver.
Yeah, I mean, they were going out the back door mainly to Asia, though, because the one person from Hubson, I can say all this now because Hubson's not even speaking to me right now. We're on our love-hate. We're at the hate.
Oh.
Yeah, we go love-hate. This has been 4 years I've been working with them, and when they need something, they will contact you. So I don't sit there and say, oh, it's wonderful, it's great, and puppy dogs and all that stuff. If you see in the very beginning, I showed all the problems I was having. I wasn't going to hide that. So they don't like that. And but at that time, while they were working with me and giving me the miracle cure, they dropped in a few comments, and one of them was, "We've been having this problem since December. Close to 1,000 people here in the Asian market." And so they sent me this recovery firmware. It didn't work. And then I told them it didn't work. You said it worked for a bunch of people in the Asian market. And then they said, well, here's the problem. Now you have a newer firmware. So they had to make new recovery firmware for me. And it turned out it worked. So this was an issue that I had that was destined to happen. They knew it was going to happen because it had been happening to almost 1,000 drones sold in December out their back door, where all of these should have gone to the pre-sale at GearBest. And then L3 Toys was getting them.
Yeah.
I think it went to whoever had probably the best profit margin for Hubson. So if you were only getting 20% versus 40%, the 20% person got their equipment because Hubson was going to hold on to more money. That's what I think. It's a new product and you've got a lot of money invested in advertising and production and all that, and you want to bank the money, and that's probably what they did, especially with Chinese New Year hitting at the same time, and then right in the middle of Chinese New Year you had the coronavirus. So
Yeah, perfect storm.
yep.
Mhm.
Yep. And then a little bit of dirty poker, sorry. Dirty pool. Well, there's dirty pool too. Yeah, that's it. If you're waiting for your Xeno 2, Greg's back, but he's not actually there. It's just an empty room. I'm not going to bring him back in until I see his head. But yeah, if you're waiting on your Xeno 2 from GearBest, I don't know that you're going to see it. My suggestion is probably cancel it, go straight to and then pay a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just be done with it.
I almost felt bad for Bill though. Bill, the drone reviewer, he canceled that, and then after, like, I guess he lost $100, right? Because he would have had it a week earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel sorry for Bill, the drone reviewer. He is his own. I'm sorry. He's his own problem. He can trip over his own feet. It's all what I say. Click and forget. Just click and forget.
No, that was great advice.
And he doesn't do that. And Marcus doesn't do that either. And it's that daily click message, email. And he was saying early on, wasn't he, Josh? I'm going to get a free battery out of him. Leave him alone.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
Leave him alone. Don't, because anybody that goes in and starts messaging them, you're going to there's going to be human error on the other end. And in his case, mistakenly, his order got canceled.
Let it be.
He didn't cancel it on purpose, but yeah, he screwed up there. So, and it's that whole it's that whole just can't be patient and wait for it. And it also it stirs up so much with viewers and stuff when you bring it to your channel. And you're like, where's my Xeno? Here's the latest update on my Xeno. Where on my channel, I didn't even want to really show it. And I was actually kind of glad it was dead, because then I didn't feel bad showing it. And I just kept telling everybody, click and forget. Don't worry. Just wait for it. So for the most part, that works. With China, you just have to do that. Click and forget. So, I don't know if they're talking amongst themselves, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. All right. Anything else you guys want to add to this? I was planning on letting it go to 2 hours, just because that's where it went last night, and still holding on to some viewers. So I mean, it's not. We actually have. I'm surprised the viewers you still have after announcing the winners.
Yeah, no,
I can't believe that too. That's 35 watching now. That's awesome. Everybody that hung around, that's great.
47 likes, not one dislike. We don't have any sore losers.
Yeah, I'm like a different show that some people watch.
John, you and I are definitely on the same page there, and maybe you and I need our own show sometime. Dude,
I'm in.
All right. I think there's several people that would be in on that. Definitely. And that's another thing I'm going to say is, I am not I don't think I've been unfair or anything like that to the people that I've called out on my channel. If you show something, if you make your channel about tech and you put tech in the title, and you are doing a video, Josh, you do them. Yeah, there's tech. You do them. You have your information, right?
I do. At least I try to. And if I don't, I tell you I don't.
Right.
And I'm gonna get it.
Right.
But I'm gonna get it.
You do good. Yeah. I think you do good. But
thanks, Chris.
If you do your videos, and I'm not even saying I'm real good at it, but I don't dare put tech in my videos, in my video description or anything like that. And if you look at my videos, it's all how-tos and all that, but I still won't put tech in it, because I'm human. I make mistakes and I don't know it all. But Anything I bring you that I say the Xeno 2 does this or the Xeno 2 does that, I also tried to show you the proof. So if I say this is a common mistake or a common thing that's broken, I show it on my channel. So when I'm calling out people like I don't know quadcopter, when I call out him, it's legit. I'm sorry if people find that as bullying or anything like that. You know what? Toughen up, get some thicker skin. Here's where the thumb down is going to start coming in. Get some thicker skin, because we're all grown-ups, we're all men, and this hobby has gotten so freaking soft and tenderly. I don't need to be a cheerleader in your comments. If I see a mistake, I'm going to leave a comment that says, hey, dude, that was pilot error. You should have done your calibrations. I know the way he does his videos. He rushes an update, gets out that damn door, runs with his peanut butter jelly sandwich that his wife packed him after she updated the quad, and does his video. He did not do any calibrations. You could see the toilet bowling. That is your first sign of a compass calibration. There is no other cause of that. You did not do your compass calibration unless you have a big magnet in your pocket. That was his problem. Maybe he's got a big magnet. I don't know. But so yeah, I'm going to call people out like that. If you don't like it, don't subscribe to my channel. Don't watch my videos. But I'm not bullying anybody. I'm going to give you stuff, and I'm going to give you proof when I give it to you. So my calling him out, and me and Don sitting here talking about being on the same page and maybe having some future content in a show together. Maybe there'll be some of that. And I think there's going to be a lot of people in agreement to watching a show like that and some of the stuff that we might talk about or bring up. And I think it's good to do so, because if you're putting out in your videos that you've got a Xeno 2, and let's say you do the Parrot Bebop 2, and you tell everybody that's a great selfie drone. I'm going to call you out.
I'm going to call myself out too, because it's not.
Right. And
it's a great quad.
Yeah.
But it's not a good selfie drone.
And that's exactly what he did. He gave it one shot and called it a selfie drone. And, it's something like that. That's the type of stuff that I'm going to call out. And I think that's where a lot of people will agree, because everybody picks up on your mistakes. Everybody picks up on your stuff, and they leave it in the comments. The thing is, don't delete and block them.
Yeah, for real.
Take the constructive criticism as long as they're respectful, and learn from it and be respectful back to the person. At least thank them for it. And
totally. Yeah, I have my homesteading channel. I've been building a house, and there's been so many people jump on there and give me criticism over how I do plumbing and electrical.
Hey, dude, that wasn't 16 inches apart.
Right. And all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, even though I'm well, thanks for being awesome, I just leave it. I'm not going to delete it unless they're being a-holes. So
yes. Yeah, and that's a real channel. That's a real channel. If you go in my chat, you're going to see, sometimes I'll pin you. I mean, you all
the last one you did.
You saw that novel. I was in amazement over that. And I actually, when I said I love this, just trying to figure out people, I do. I'm not inviting that. Please don't keep doing that to me. But that one deserved to be pinned, because something was going on with that guy's head. I mean, he had some spare time, and I guess he's in quarantine. I don't know what the issue is, but he could have put it a little differently. I'm sorry, my decibels are off.
20.
It all started with my decibels. I'm off by 20 decibels versus my voice and the music in the video, and that's not even what the video is about. I just threw that piano music in there.
Stupid piano music.
It's funny.
But yeah, Don, we need to talk further on that, and maybe do some shows, and not be bashers and not be bullies or anything, but
just be real.
Maybe do a monthly or a bi-weekly show where we just sit and talk about the latest videos that come up. We'll talk about Josh when he, pops up a video and say, "Hey, look what Josh did." He did not notice that flare,
I'm kind of like, you know, how sometimes you get nose blind to certain things. Well, sometimes I get blind to those flares, like that one that you Chris, you pointed out in my one video. I think it was the first one, actually. I didn't notice that. I had to go back and rewatch it, and then I noticed it. You know, down at the bottom, you commented it.
I never noticed stuff like that till the Xeno 2. Like I always noticed, you know, you get these little glares and stuff from the sun. You're going to get that with any camera, no matter what. But usually they're stuff you can leave in. But now all I see is those burned corners, those damn burned corners. And I said it last night. It looks like an old reel-to-reel film that stopped, and the light heated it up and started to melt the film. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, just post edit.
Yeah, so you've got to enlarge your image, and you can get rid of it. You can't change it with any color changes or anything like that unless it's extremely faint. And you still get it with the Freewell filters, but it's not so bad.
Yeah, that filter, I've already used the filter, the Anafi filter on mine, and it helped on the sunny day for sure.
And you know what? The CPL, it's actually my go-to for almost everything. We're not just over water. And, you know, people were pointing that out. They're like, dude, this is for water. You know, you don't need to use it for this or that. And actually, no, that camera needs it. It's kind of the little magic wand for that camera.
Yeah, unless it's a super cloudy day, I use the CPL filter at all times.
Yeah. And I will say it does stand the test of crashing into a tree.
And a camper trailer.
Yeah. I haven't crashed mine, but the one that I went and rescued out of the tree, I was amazed. It came down, landed in the water, got it, grabbed it. My son went in the water and grabbed it, and it had that lens still on it. And I was like, wow, that's a good,
it fits on perfectly.
It was made for it. It was almost like it was made for it. So that was a good find. That was a very good find.
I ordered those like the next day after you posted that video.
And then funny thing is, I have all these different filters, and then I start going on Amazon looking, and I'm thinking, you know, let's order this one, and this one. And I did. I ordered a whole bunch of different filters for like DJI products, like the Air and stuff like that. The Pro fit loosely. The original Mavic Pro, it fit loosely. If you put one little strip of electrical tape at the top of the camera, it fit nice and snug.
Sure.
But you had a black ring around the outside of the video. So that didn't work. And then all this time, those damn Anafi filters were sitting right underneath my nose. I never thought of it. So it was a good find. I loved it.
No, yeah.
Chris, QC guy, call the show Xeno Nation official.
That would be hilarious.
I'm not going to do that only because, look, I do not like Bill the drone reviewer. I do not like Marcus Crawford, but I love Ron. I love Ron, and I make sure that everybody knows that. I have nothing against Xeno Nation. I have nothing against Ron. Most of you know by now. I'm not going to put it all out there, but you know my problem, why I have a problem with Marcus. It's not the content on his channel. It's something he's gone and said, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And then Bill, my only issue with Bill is no matter what Bill does, Bill is the guy, you know, like the official firmware tester of DJI. And it disappears. So he's going to get the Xeno 2. He's going to be, I talked to Sam Lee on the phone yesterday, and, you know, that's the only thing I don't like about him. And actually Chuck had a little run in with him. Clutch Cargo here. He had a little run in with him, and we got him in a private message together, and I made him apologize. Yeah, he thought Clutch Cargo was a fake Facebook account. He thought Chuck was me. And he called him out in the group, and I think a video comment he called him out too, and was calling him saying, "Hey Chris, like your fake account." And so Clutch showed me, or Chuck, he showed me, and then I private messaged Bill with Chuck, And we got an apology out of him, and he even put it in one of his video descriptions. He made a public apology.
Hey.
I give him
Wow.
credit. I give him credit for that.
That's awesome.
I still don't care for the guy just because I think he's just, I don't know, he's trying to sell too much of something he can't.
Dude, he posts a link to his videos every hour. It's like, because like I'm in all the groups because I'm interested in the subject of the Xeno and the Xeno 2 because I want to learn all I can about it because I'm new to Xeno. But like every other hour, it's like a new post of his. I'm like, dude, come on.
Yeah, and he's also billed a tech reviewer, so you've got those.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's crazy. The notifications, and that's where they don't realize they're shooting themselves in the foot. You have 15 groups. Josh, how many groups does he have?
A lot. There's a lot.
He's got a group for everything.
It's for everyone. There's a lot of them.
And that's
I can't count how many, but
yeah, you're going to call yourself the official group. No, no, don't call yourself the official group. I even made that mistake with Hubson years back. We called ourselves Hubson QC official help and support or something like that. That was wrong. We changed it real fast, but he has a ton of groups. So if you try to support him and go into any of these groups, and you're going to have 100 freaking notifications. And I've left, I think, every one of his groups now. I don't think I'm in one of any of his groups. I got kicked out of Xeno Nation by either him or Marcus. I don't know. I'm going to say Marcus because Marcus won't even let me comment on Xeno Nation now either. So Ron assures me it's not him, and I trust Ron because Ron and I do communicate and speak from time to time, and there's good blood there. So I think it's Marcus. But yeah, they're shooting themselves in the foot. And Josh, you're close with them, and you're admin or moderator in some of these groups. That's where if you are throwing your videos around in all these groups, the one thing you're going to get is you're going to get people turning off notifications, and then they're just not going to see your stuff.
Yep.
So maybe like you don't even see me do it. Like for something like this tonight, I'll throw this everywhere. But for my own stuff, I pretty much just let my viewers come and find it. I don't put a whole lot in my group. Like if I did all my videos in my group, my members would hate me. Like they'd be sick and tired of it,
Yeah, I would.
And I'll be honest with you, the recently what I've been starting to do, at least with the last couple that I did last week, I time those at 6 a.m. Every day last week is when most of those were released, except for at the beginning of the week. But towards the end of the week, they're mostly released at 6 a.m. And there were a ton of views on them already, and I didn't post links anywhere. No one even knew, other than the people that actually hit the notification bell or whatever, or saw that I posted a new video. And by the time I got to it, there were already a good bit of views on it. I was impressed.
Yeah,
I was really impressed.
Yeah, let your subscribers. Yeah. I mean, like I'm constantly saying, hit the bell, and then all, and you'll get all content. I don't put out a ton of content, so I'm not going to flood you with notifications on YouTube, but you'll get the notifications to my video, and then you can decide if you want to watch it or not. Yeah. I get notifications every day, and I follow some real big ones, and a lot of them I'll see them, I'll look at the title, and I'll click hide. I don't want to watch that video; it's not my interest. So, you've still given them the option to watch it or not, and you're not flooding groups with it because I think people do get tired of that.
Yeah, I actually need to get better with plugging mine because I never asked for that stuff, but it's important that they get notified. If they're actual true loyal viewers, they should get that notification.
Did you get any increase in after I put it on my Facebook page?
I didn't notice anything, honestly. I really appreciated it, but I didn't notice anything above the normal increase that I get, the very small increase I get.
Oh, we're at 2 hours. We can continue talking here, guys, if you want, but we should probably at least end the broadcast.
Yeah, I got to run into the wife, actually.
Okay. Yeah, like Chad B and I actually stayed on, I think, for another hour last night after the broadcast.
Nice.
Talking while he was
the after show.
Yeah. Which I like doing. So if you guys want to stick around, you can stick around, but let's go ahead and just say goodbye to everybody again.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
From what I saw, it was a great chat. There are a lot of people just talking amongst themselves, sharing some links, or not links, some information, and all the usuals, the supporters. I thank you guys for coming to my channel, and you're also the supporters to some of these guys. So really appreciate it, and congratulations to Almost Homestead. And I will actually be in touch with each of the final 3. I will reach out to each of them just personally, get to know them on a message basis, and I'm definitely following Chili Boo Revolution for sure. I love the dude. And of course, I'll be subscribing to all of them, but I also really look forward to Almost Homestead. I really look forward to stuff there.
Yeah.
So
can't wait to see what he comes up with, for sure.
Yeah. So everybody in chat, thank you very much. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It always helps. Every little thing you do on a positive note, by subscribing, hitting that bell, click all for future content, give that thumbs up. That is what helps the channel. And on my channel, it's going to help what I do with my channel, and that's giving to the donations. Anybody else that's getting monetization in their channels, those are the things that help them out. So do that for those that deserve it. Hopefully I'm deserving of it, and you do it for me. And I want to thank you all for doing that and coming here tonight, and let each of you go ahead and give your closing.
I'll go ahead and go. Thank you, Chris, for organizing this. It was the right thing to do, and it was fun to be a part of. Glad I could help out and contribute, and looking forward to Almost Homestead doing some awesome things, and hope everybody stays safe and sound with all the craziness in this world.
Clutch.
Awesome.
Yes, Chris, you demand. All right, what was my thumbs up yesterday? Yes, exactly. But I had a great time doing this. I appreciate everybody that entered, and I appreciate all the judges, if you want to call them that. I mean, I had a great time. So, like I say, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you later.
Awesome. Yeah, Chris, this was awesome. The way you put everything together and really kind of kept us on a plan here to get everything done and taken care of, because we did, as you know, kind of wandered off from time to time. So thank you for keeping us all in check and giving us the whip every once in a while. Exactly. But congratulations again to Almost Homestead. That was an awesome video. We're really looking forward to everything that everything that you're going to be able to produce with the Mavic Mini. Thanks again to all of the people that did enter as well. Everybody, like I said before, and I'll say it again, if I had the money, I would buy each and every one of you a Mavic Mini, but unfortunately I can't. but congratulations again, and thanks to everybody that participated. And it was a great chat tonight too. There was a lot of interesting comments and a lot of positivity in the chat as well. So thank you all for being a part of this.
All righty. And on that note, we'll go ahead and end the broadcast. And just want to also just say to everybody the obvious: stay safe. I know everybody is in a different situation. I'm currently still working. Josh, you're still working.
I am.
Don is in a safe place up on the mountain, growing his own food. You're in a good spot situation there. Clutch, you're home now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So everybody out there, just stay safe. Practice the social distancing. It's really hard, but the one thing I'm seeing is so many people are flocking out to public places, and where I go to fly, I'm only the only person out there. And 2 times I've been by there, I couldn't go in and do anything because it's flooded with people. And that's not what we need to be doing right now. So don't go out in the parks and congregate. So everybody be safe, and let's all get through this. And I'm not going to be putting out any flight videos or anything like that on my channel until we get through all this. So unless it's something I have in queue. So that's it. Good night, everybody. We're going to end the broadcast now, and peace.
Have a good night,
Good night,
guys.
everybody.